How do I trade this crazy market? Is it going up? Is it going down? Is it going sideways? The answer is yes. I'm going to tell you how I'm trading this crazy market with some success. Hang on. This is not financial nor professional advice. This video is for entertainment only. I've tried going long on this market and I've done some solar stocks. And also, I found one stock that if I had to pick any stock out of the whole bunch, I would do this stock that I've put a moderate amount of money in, and I'm just going to let it ride. It's not a big deal, but I think, as you'll see, it's going to be successful in the long run. So I'm not worried about it. But I keep returning to SQQQ, the triple leverage inverse fund on the largest 100 Nasdaq companies. That is what's been successful. Since this began, it has been successful. In fact, most of the money I've made this year, since the beginning of this year, since January, has been made in SQQQ. And I didn't start doing that until March, and not really until April intensely. And it's been short-term trading, and it's been getting in and out. And the longer this crash goes on, the shorter my trades have become. Today, I think I traded it like 6 times, getting in and out, getting in, making some profit, and getting out. If I around about early April, I think I was down like 300,000. Ooh, you know. So, and then I said, I'm going to do this inverse fund because we seemed to be in a crash. It seems like it's going to crash. It could crash further. And I started doing SQQQ, the triple leverage inverse fund on the largest 100 companies on the NASDAQ. And that's what's been successful. That overcame the 300,000 I lost, plus it made another 200,000, over 200,000 on top of that. And I'm just going to continue going on with it. The longer this crash goes, the shorter my trades have become. And I'm not trying to make a wild profit, but I do want to end each day profitably. And I've been successful pretty much in doing that. I've had maybe one losing day in all of June so far. So I seem to have gotten that, and I've just gotten used to SQQQ and know how it moves, and so I can almost anticipate the moves. That's why I don't recommend this for anyone else. Simply, I have the experience and I've done this and I've wanted to do this. I was just waiting for the right situation. The right situation for me is it has to be a crash before it's successful. I've tried going long. I've tried doing the triple leveraged bullish fund on the QQQ. Its symbol is TQQQ, TQQQ, and that's a triple leverage bullish fund on the largest 100 companies on the NASDAQ. So you would think you could do this, but what I find is the mindset is so totally different that you're ahead just to stick with one way. And you want to go the way the market is trending, and the trend of the market is down. And so when I make a mistake, what I usually do is just wait, and eventually the price goes lower on SQQQ, and then I double down, and then the market usually will move the other way and make up for whatever losses I had. So that's been very successful. But again, I don't know your personal situation, and I think I've gotten to be experienced and used to doing this. So I'm actually completely comfortable doing this. And I would have been horrified, let's say 20 years doing this, but I have faith in the approach now. So here is the SQQQ, that triple leverage inverse fund on the largest NASDAQ 100 companies. And that's the 6-month chart that you see there. And the really only important statistic is how much has it made in 6 months. Okay, if you put your money in it and just let it ride, it made 75% in 6 months. Okay, but I think it's been more profitable than that for me because I play the hills and valleys and I've done it successfully. So it's a day trader's dream at this time. It's also can be your nightmare as you double down and hope for the reverse, which fortunately has almost always happened for me. So I've been very lucky that day, on those days. It's not something I recommend for everyone, but I do it because I'm used to it and I'm completely comfortable with it at this point. I do get sick of shorting from time to time. It's very intense. And so I was wanting to find one stock that I could realistically invest in and plan to hold it at least as a moderate swing trade and maybe go long term with it. And Sanderson Farms seemed to fit the bill. The symbol is SAFM, and they process, market, and produce chicken for sale. And so it's a product that's needed. People want to go to a cheaper source of meat. And with inflation running as bad as it is, it's less expensive, of course, than red meat. As you can see from the chart, Sanderson Farms, SAFM, has a nice upward movement that we like to see on the year-to-date chart. Its price to earnings is less than 6. Its earnings growth rate is an outstanding 40%, and they expect it to grow in the future year over 130%, which sounds unbelievable. So this company is going through explosive growth. Sanderson Farms cash flow growth is over 300%. Wow. So I don't think we have to worry about them going bankrupt anytime soon. Right now, Tesla is struggling to stay above 700. Apple is in the 130s and is struggling. I think those are the two stocks to watch as far as to see if the market trend is going to change. So that's a simple way of doing it. I think we're in for bad news for a while here until we get some major good news, like there being a truce in Ukraine, between Ukraine and Russia, something like that. But I think we're in for more bad news. I think we're going to get news that we've entered a recession and that inflation right now isn't being controlled. Although I'm going to be watching the core inflation number that comes out Thursday, because the Federal Reserve will base their future actions on that probably. Although I think 0.75 interest rate increase is baked in for July. They don't meet in August, and they might relent in September if the numbers start going the way they want them to. And I think there'll also be political pressure for them to ease up because the elections are coming, and so they want things to be looking at least better. So I think the Fed is in a phase of we're going to be tough right now, no matter what. But I think September comes, I think political things come into view and could lead to some easing if inflation looks like it's toning down, which is an awfully big if. Thanks for listening and watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Good luck to us all.